What is going on, guys? Your shredded brother from another mother, and I am hanging out in beautiful Dallas, Texas, because tonight is the comeback of Nuclei Overload. We're launching the first ever Nuclei Overload experiment on this channel. You might be thinking, what the hell is Nuclei Overload? And why is this guy holding a flamethrower? So I actually first stumbled across Nuclei Overload back in 2008-2009 on some internet forums, and the very first time I'd ever seen it in video form on YouTube is from the channel Team 3D Alpha. So I was actually really drawn to the concept of Nuclei Overload because I was like, holy shit, all I have to do is train the shit out of a muscle group for 30 straight days and I'm going to increase the potential for it to grow. And I was reading on forums how all these people all over the world had tried it on different muscle groups and had a ton of success with it. And being a naturally skinny guy, having a lot of leggy muscle groups, I was like, that's fucking awesome. All I have to do is train a muscle group for 30 straight days, increase the nuclei, and it's gonna grow like a weed.
You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.
So my first Nuclei Overload experiment was on my old YouTube channel, Wake Network. So what I did with that is I actually squatted every single day for 30 straight days. Now doing this experiment really taught me something interesting because on day 20, after squatting every single day, not really resting my quads at all, I actually was a lot stronger. So most people are under the impression that if you train squats, train legs, and you're sore the next day, it's gonna be really bad for you to train that muscle group again. But doing this experiment, I was like, holy shit, I was 40, 50 pounds stronger on day 20 than I was on day number 1. And then Brandon Carter, actually, I saw a video of him recently, he said the exact same thing. So doing this Nuclei Overload experiment on my legs taught me that your body is an adaptation machine. And your body is super resilient, so by overtraining a muscle group, the theory really made a whole lot of sense to me with Nuclei Overload. Alright guys, let's get down to business. So after the squats experiment, I thought back to my high school days, and when I was 18 years old, I actually, for 1 year straight, I did 100 push-ups every single day, I kid you not. So I was obsessed with just knocking out 100 push-ups every single day. And I always thought it was maybe a coincidence or just a genetic thing, but whenever I start training my chest really hard, my chest grows so much faster than any other muscle group does. And then I thought back to all the Nuclei Overload research. I started doing a lot more research on YouTube. I stumbled across my homie over at Team 3D Alpha, Megan, and he did, definitely check out his videos. He's got amazing videos, and he has this one video in his kitchen where he's breaking down the science of Nuclei Overload, and he's talking about how the muscle cell is one of the only cells in the human body that is capable of having more than one nuclei. So the concept of Nuclei Overload training is basically you're forcing your body to adapt, increase the nuclei in the cell because you're training that muscle group every single day, and then when you get done doing the Nuclei Overload for 30 days, that muscle is going to grow exponentially. So this got me thinking, all these videos, I've seen hundreds of comments from all these guys all around the world who've done Nuclei Overload on different muscle groups. There's tons of case studies on this, but there's never really been an official experiment that's been done on Nuclei Overload, and that's why I already launched the first ever Nuclei Overload experiment. We have about 200 guys inside our Facebook private group who are actually starting the experiment today, and today is the very last day that you can join. So I'm gonna throw the link down and the first link in the description. It's basically free to join because it's $25, and the only reason that I'm charging $25 is because if something's free, I know you guys are not going to take it seriously and you're not going to do it. So it's $25, then we give you a $25 store credit at the end of the 9-week experiment. Now, I am choosing quads for Nuclei Overload once again because I put together a 9-week protocol. I've learned from a ton of mistakes on the Nuclei Overload experiment that I did on biceps, which was the third and most recent Nuclei Overload video on the channel. I put together a 9-week protocol that I think is going to give people the best results possible, and we're all just going to see what happens because there's never been an experiment on Nuclei Overload. We're going to make it happen, so click the first link in the description. I am signing off with my Freddy Juice. I got a big Halloween party tonight with my friends. That's why I'm dressed like a complete goon right now. I was Shreddy Krueger last night, so make sure you click the link in the description. Check out the last 2 videos on the channel if YouTube did not tell you to watch those videos because they hate me. Watch those videos right now. We got new content on the channel 4 to 5 days a week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys inside the experiment. Kidding me?
What?
There's a bee on this thing right by my hand.
I didn't kill it.
How the do I kill it?
You have a flamethrower. Just kill the
No, but it
bee.
was on there. Okay.
Save the bees. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
All right. I'll tell you when to turn around. All right. Kitty Games, come out of the shot. All right. Ready? I'll tell you when to turn around. And 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, guys?
Whoa.
Somebody project my voice.
What the?